The employment situation for May comes as a bit of a surprise. The unemployment rate declined as the number of unemployed persons decreased as other measurements of employment improve, which was unexpected. The May surprise is a surprise because of the still very high numbers of people filing for unemployment benefits for the first time. Hello, this is Bruce Steinberg of SteinbergEmploymentResearch.com reviewing May 2020 U.S. employment trends and developments. The employment situation for the country's household improved in May. The unemployment rate improved to 13.3% after it fell like a rock to 14.7% in April from 4.4% in March. The number of employed persons increased 3,839,000 in May after declining by more than 22 million in April, as the number of unemployed persons declined by a little more than 2 million in May after increasing by almost 16 million in April. The size of the entire labor force expanded by about 1.7 million in May after contracting by about 6.4 million in April. There were almost 1.6 million fewer people considered as not in the labor force in May. That followed 6.6 million more in April. The economy added almost 3.1 million private sector jobs in May after being down almost 20 million in April. The private goods producing sector was up 669,000 jobs in May after dropping almost 2.4 million in April. Manufacturing was up 225,000 in May after losing more than 1.3 million in April. The construction sector nailed together 464,000 more jobs in May than in April, when it lost almost a million jobs. But mining and logging dug itself farther down the hole with a loss of 20,000 in May after burying, or losing, 54,000 jobs in April. The private service providing sector added more than 2.4 million jobs in May after taking a tremendous hit in April when it shed more than 17.3 million jobs. The retail trade sector welcomed back 368,000 jobs after declining by almost 2.3 million in April. The professional and business services sector increased by 127,000 in May after dropping by 2.2 million in April. However, at least one sector, declines in computer systems design and related services, continued with a loss of almost 13,000 jobs in May on top of the 79,000 it lost in April. The education and health services sector was up 424,000 in May after being down by almost 2.6 million in April. Although many healthcare and social assistance subsectors saw job increases, hiring in home healthcare services continued on a downward trend, but improved with a loss of only 3,000 jobs in May after declining by a crippling 110,000 in April. As expected, the leisure and hospitality sector ordered more than 1.2 million more jobs in May, but still has a long way to go before recuperating the more than 7.5 million jobs it canceled in April. The total number of government jobs was down 585,000 in May. That followed a decline of 963,000 in April. The federal government was down 14,000 in May. The bigger damage occurred in state and local governments, largely, but not exclusively, driven by declines in education. Temporary help services surprised with an increase of just more than 39,000 in May to 2,087,000 after declining by 840,500 in April. This calculates to a 1.91% sequential growth in May, which was almost even with the 1.92% sequential growth of total non-farm jobs. However, year-over-year decline of 29.2% for temporary help services was considerably steeper than the 11.7% year-over-year decline for total non-farm jobs. In May 2020, temporary help services market share was only incrementally down to 1.5702% in May from April's 1.5704%. However, a year ago, in May 2019, it was 1.9573%. Although many people consider themselves as having permanently lost their jobs in May and few consider themselves on only a temporary layoff, unemployment remains very high and is likely to trend downward as more businesses open and/or increase capacity. To quote ourselves from last month's report on the April employment situation, with many states reopening prior to the survey week, the job figures will improve when the May 2020 data are released, as more people will be getting paychecks during the reference week. And this occurred and will again occur in June. Let's see if I'm correct next month. This has been Bruce Steinberg, and this is just a brief sample of the employment data and analysis we provide.